of fate.
This is the way. Truth is, I am Iron Man.
Tells me when you'll cement this.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Film Optics, brought to you by the Drive-In Podcast Network, where we discuss film, TV, and everything pop culture related. I'm your host, Christian, and I'm always joined by one of my co-hosts, Devin. It's Friday, my dude.
Oh yeah, just got my serum, feeling good.
Oh, did you really? You got the second dose then?
Yeah, my superhero serum, super soldier serum.
I feel it, man. I feel it, man. I get my second dose next weekend, but man, has it not been a long week?
Yeah,
it's been dragging on. I swear.
This was the longest Wednesday ever. This past Wednesday.
I'm like, Devin, it's Friday. Hence the. Actually, we do that every podcast, so it doesn't even matter. But yeah, I know exactly what you mean. It's just been, I don't know. It always, it's like every other week. Like last week went by super, super fast. And then this week it was just, but I even last night, I went to my friend's comedy sketch show down here at Cabana Taps in Nashville, Tennessee. And he killed it. But it felt like a Friday last night. And I was like, we were done. I was like, man, I really want to go do something else. I looked down at the clock and I'm like, crap, it's time to head home. Got to start a new work day in the morning. So it is what it is. What have you been playing this week? What have you been watching? You've been playing some Last of Us still?
Yeah, still diving into Last of Us, making some good progress.
All right. What part are you on?
We got to the hotel.
Oh, okay,
and there were some underwater parts.
Yeah, I got you. For those of you who haven't played an 8-year-old game, we'll keep it low spoilers as possible. But yeah, we are here today to talk about the penultimate episode of Falcon and Winter Soldier, episode 6, titled Truth. But before we begin today's review, you can listen to this podcast on platforms around the internet, including YouTube. So we're there, we're here. It's all good. We're on the tube. It's all good. So,
can I start off by saying that this episode was the truth?
It was the truth. It really was. What I guess, let's just dive on in. Actually, before we dive in, really quick, always got to finish the housekeeping first before we move on. But you can follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Film Optics. That is Optics with an X for all of our latest announcements. So let's just dive straight in to our initial reactions of Falcon and Winter Soldier, episode 6. Devin, what are you thinking? What's on your mind?
Episode 5. It was a great episode.
Sorry, episode 5.
Skipping to the end already. I don't want it to end. 6 episodes, man.
I don't want it to end, but I miss WandaVision more, if that makes any sense. But I think it's just because I like Wanda and Vision as characters more than the Falcon and Winter Soldier. Don't get me wrong, I like them all, but I think they're just a little bit more higher on my totem pole. But yeah, we have the truth. The truth will set you free. But yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but go ahead with your initial reaction.
Yeah, we got some great action in the beginning. Then it was kind of similar layout to how episode 1 was. Got some good action in the beginning, and then dive right into the character stuff and get to know the characters more. And we got some new characters. Oh boy.
Ooh. Some
fresh blood.
Some Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. It was, yeah, we got nice little name drops here. And I would definitely pretty much have to agree with you there. I think this is the best episode we've had. I think the showrunner did say that he feels like this is the best episode, which kind of worries me a little bit, because what does that say about the finale? But at the same time,
I feel like he could have meant best so far, but I don't know the full context.
From what I read, he said the best episode that they've made, but we still have one more episode left. 6 episodes, honestly, I do agree with you there, Devin. It's just not enough.
It's gonna end up being the similar time overall as WandaVision, but with less episodes, it just feels like less time.
So which one has the longer runtime? Is it WandaVision? Yeah, I mean it would be WandaVision because they did
Well,
three
it's going to
extra
be close because those were all like, or a lot of WandaVision was half hour and
for
under.
half hour under. Yeah. That's a good question. I want. We'll have to definitely look into that. But we do know that Falcon and the Winter Soldier so far it's been breaking records since WandaVision. But just want to let y'all know that WandaVision started the trends. And technically, it was actually Mandalorian, but for the MCU, the new TV realm. But yeah, this episode spoke a lot of truths, hence the title. And it kind of got people thinking. I did have a few issues with that. We'll kind of get into that here in a little bit. But yeah, like overall, I did think it was a great episode. Everyone's loving it. I woke up at like 5:30 in the morning to watch this and knew it was going to be 60 minutes. Watched it right before work. I didn't want to miss anything. So that was kind of the census there. But yeah, anything else you wanted to touch on before we kind of just dive into the breakdown?
Yeah, they teased an interesting character reveal with an award-winning actress, and they didn't let us down like WandaVision.
Okay, it wasn't the show's fault. It was the
It was just the
showrunners and
star
the
of the
actors.
show. Yeah.
I mean, okay, no, because I thought it was very clever that we got a Vision versus Vision fight.
You know
That's
he
what I
regrets
do.
it.
Does he though?
Oh yeah.
Does he though? I mean, we will see him again, as WandaVision puts it. But yeah, I feel like it's different between Falcon and Winter Soldier and WandaVision because you had the fans, obviously doing all of their trying to theorize and whatnot. I think you had showrunners and the actors and actresses trying to throw people off. So I feel like it was a mix, but it was not the show's
Yeah,
fault
there wasn't any
itself.
deception in this show, which is good. Maybe they learned their lesson not to
I mean,
try to.
you
There's no
saw.
trolling. WandaVision
I
straight up trolled.
I feel like Falcon and Winter Soldier has been trolling thus far because of the missing plot line.
Well, that's
Because
not
it
their fault.
does.
It wasn't on purpose
True.
either.
Well, is it that they shot it and then they just decided, hey, this is too similar to what's going on right now?
Yeah, from what I've seen, the plotline they originally had was too similar to the coronavirus event in the real world. Like the plotline would have been somebody like creating the disease and spreading it, and that's like already a bad enough like thing people are using as race bait against like Chinese people, saying that they didn't want to bring that up because that's a bad comparison.
So I wonder if it actually is for the race bait or is it the fact that a lot of their market is in China.
That too.
Because that was pretty, yeah. But I mean, they worked around it. It's this just so far. I think there's been 3 episodes I've liked thus far versus others, but we'll just have to kind of wait and see what the finale brings. I feel like it's going to be a show that's split down the middle. So like between 3 and 3, I feel like there's going to be 3 weaker episodes and 3 stronger episodes, depending on how the season finale kind of wraps up. But yeah, let's get into the breakdown here between this episode. We pretty much the same as Invincible, from week to week. This week for Falcon and Winter Soldier, it definitely it started exactly where the past episode left off.
Started with a bang.
Yeah, we get
that tag team fight was so cool.
They got straight into it, and I was like, okay, it's an hour. Like, I guess they're doing it now. Like, I really enjoyed it, and I meant to mention this in our last week's review. With the serum, I believe it was in Captain America the first Avenger, where how they were explaining how the serum works, how it brings out not the best of you, but it brings out your true nature. So if your true nature is inherently good, then I think that's how it affected Steve Rogers. But then if your nature or like your moral compass or whatever personalities and bad or a little bit sideways, then you're gonna go a little stir crazy. Hence, John Walker trying to decap our man Sam Wilson again. He almost did. It was very, very close. During that
Yeah,
little
we had some wings breaking, some arms breaking, a lot going on.
It was insane. I at first I didn't realize they broke his arm. I thought they just like held it back. It definitely reminded me of the the end game. I mean, not end game, the Infinity War gauntlet conundrum where they're trying to take the shield off of him. I mean, they succeed for sure, but I mean, that's the Mad Titan.
You could tell
versus
Falcon was overmatched, but luckily he had
sure.
a super soldier next to him.
Like not even just a super soldier, like
the veteran super soldier.
The super soldier that you want to have, the one you want to have on your team, like 100%. So it's very man. But yeah, so that kind of goes into that, and then that whole fight, they successfully get the shield away from John Walker.
And then he has this little tantrum in the courtroom, just showing off his privilege.
And it's like, I kind of like, he tried to, he got stripped. John Walker gets stripped from his title, his rank.
I actually wasn't expecting that. I was expecting him to just kind of get away with it easily, but they gave him a punishment.
Yeah, I mean, in a way, I mean, it's kind of like
he did get off easy for what he did, but
yeah,
I thought they were gonna let him keep being Captain America.
Okay, I see what you're saying, because I was actually surprised that they just let him walk away scot-free, but like they just stripped him. His life in the military is now just completely over. So it's like he got stripped from his ranks, his titles, his benefits. He's toast. Benefits, ooh, man.
How's he get that arm fixed? No benefits.
Honestly, I mean, like, I'm sure, I don't know if he really has healthcare or not, but I don't want to go into John Walker's personal life. But yeah, it was very, at first I thought they were going to kind of lock him away. I'm like, well, no, because they probably would let him go free.
Just throw him in the raft.
Yeah, they just throw him in the raft with Zemo over there.
I love that. Just after playing the Spider-Man game and seeing just everybody breaking out of the raft, you just know it's going to happen again.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah. I'm glad you enjoyed those games, man. I know you've been craving to play them for a while, so it's a good time. But like, John Walker, he throws a tantrum in the courtroom, and I'm surprised the judge didn't just say like, dude, shut up, like you done goofed, like you dropped the ball, you're out of here, you're done. And he kind of tries to twist it around, saying, like, oh, well,
you made me.
Like, you made me. And it's like, well, yes, that's true. But whose choice was it to join the military in the first place? Like, you didn't have to. But, like, I mean, if you wanted to, it's just more of a personal choice.
He also keeps just straight up lying to everybody and saying that he killed the guy that killed Battlestar. It's just not the truth at all.
I was gonna say Battle Beast. I'm like, nobody can kill Battle Beast.
Not yet.
Not yet. But yeah, so that kind of goes into that courtroom scene, and he's kind of lost, without the guidance of the military. Because I mean, for a lot of people, like that is all they know. And he now has this weight of his friend's death, and he tried to, during their fight with Bucky and Sam, like say, hey, he's like, oh, he's like, he killed Lamar. And he's like, no, he didn't. You
not at all.
Be quiet, Siri. Sorry. And it's like, no, you saw.
you let the person who killed him get away because you weren't good enough.
Exactly. Carly literally just plus ultra'd his ass. I'm sorry. That's a My Hero Academia reference, or One Punch Man. Literally just, I was like, wow, one punch and this dude's down. I expected him to have some broken ribs for sure, but not like for this man to be killed. I'm like, the first time I watched it, it looks like she like tackled him into the pillar. But then, yeah, he tries to use, John Walker tries to, justify it. And he even lies to Lamar's parents.
Yeah.
Saying, oh, I killed the man who killed your son. I
really like that scene because of the emotion that the parents had, but then at the same time you see the sister, she's just like not believing any of it. You could just tell by the way she was looking at him. She was like, you are a lying stack of shit.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, there was a lot of heartbreak in that scene, but there was a lot of heart in this episode.
Yeah, and then
Um,
after that, it's Sam going
well,
back to visit Isaiah, and
yeah,
that's
yeah, yeah.
that's a really heartbreaking scene as well.
That was probably my favorite scene out of everything that happened in this episode because I was wondering when we were going to see him again. And, it's Bucky has given Sam the shield again. And it was kind of like hey, don't fuck this up.
Yeah, he was angry this time.
He literally just threw it on the ground like Tony did, or like Captain America did to Iron Man during Civil War, and he's like that's my father's shield. He's like, you don't deserve to wear it. And Captain America's like, he's like, you know what, you're right. As of right now, I do not, I'm not deserving to wield this shield.
It really made Sam think about what it means to be a black man holding the shield, because that last line Isaiah drops where he's like, there's no way they would ever let a black man be Captain America. And even if they did, that man should have, I don't remember what it was, should have too much respect to even want to be Captain America.
Yeah, it was either something like that, or I thought you said, if there was a black man holding the shield, it wouldn't be an exceptional one or something like that. I can't really, I'll have to rewatch the episode, but
either way, that just, you just tell Sam, just like, oh, I got to reevaluate some things.
Yeah,
because there's even people like fans that are watching that I've heard that have said stuff about how Sam Wilson isn't a great example of a black character, just because it's kind of been sidelined for the most part. But I like how this one put everything to the forefront and made him think about some things.
I mean, I guess, but it's kind of like, I mean, Sam has always been more of a side character. He's Sam, as honestly, a lot of these side characters have been side questing through the entire MCU. You kind of just breezing through, coming in, helping out, the main hero of that film, and then going their separate ways. We don't really see them a lot. I mean, I do like Sam as a character. I think it's not that I don't think Sam's oblivious. It's just that I think he even says with his sister, he wanted to be the kind of black man or the person to kind of like change the world. And we haven't really seen that with him, but I do think it was important to kind of not necessarily put things in perspective. Well,
there was a lot of perspective. I like how you had conversations with like everyone just get their perspectives. Like he got Isaiah and then his sister and then Bucky, just kind of gathering all the information he can.
Yeah, trying to get different perspectives from different people, and to form his own opinion, of course. But that kind of, I mean, it shaped him into we get a training montage in this episode.
That was kind of corny, but it made sense.
I didn't think it was necessarily corny, but I was like, okay,
it was weird to have the one at the end after him and Bucky were training.
Yeah.
It seemed like he stepped back, like in skill. Like he didn't have any issues with Bucky, but then by himself he was like fumbling the shield.
Yeah, I see what you mean. But like, I really like it how they kind of put it in, I guess, in his perspective. It seems he is going to be the next Captain America, but a Captain America without the super soldier serum. And
we got to know what's in that box.
What's in the box? I think it's his white suit.
It's going to be so cool when they reveal it. They really teased us.
I seriously thought we were going to see it this episode, and then
they teased it so many times. I was like, oh my god, come on!
And they kept panning in on it, and I was like, okay, like you gotta tell us something, like 100%. But I mean,
but before we even get to that part, we have to mention how Bucky confronts Zemo. We first saw this scene from like the first couple trailers. The scene of him unloading the gun and the bullets dramatically falling to the floor. It was a very cool scene.
I liked it because it was more of Zemo trying to edge Bucky and saying, like you'll pretty much always be a killer.
Yeah, Zemo wanted him to pull the trigger. Like you could kind of tell by the faces he was giving.
Yeah,
like he was ready for it, but he gained respect for Bucky and that he's not the killer he trained him to be.
He is Okoye say he's free. He is free. And I really like how he kind of proves his point that way by shooting a blank a blank round at him and then just like dropping the bullets on the ground, showing
Yeah,
that
big moment for him.
Yeah, he isn't the same person. And then
It's
Zemo
kind of
just-
interesting. Yeah, kind of interesting. Zemo kind of just surrenders.
He's like, okay, well, all right, Zemo's gone. Like, bye. So it's like, okay, so we had the power broker, we have the flag smashers, and we had Zemo. It's like, okay, who's like the main villain here? And then one just easily gets removed, so it's not Zemo. You would think it is, but it's not. And then now all we have is power broker and the flag smashers. I mean, I'm assuming the power broker is like quote unquote the big bad, but like, who do you think this is?
I mean, it has to be Sharon Carter.
I swear to God,
Why else would they put that 14-second scene in of her calling Batroc to meet up with the flag smashers?
I feel like it's
her character is so weird. I don't know what they're doing with her.
Like she's just there. Like, I mean, you can kind of see, what she's been doing since
she's like a millionaire art dealer somehow.
Yeah, I mean, she's making the big bucks. There's no mistake about it. But I swear, if it's her, if she's the power broker, I'll be so pissed. Like, it's kind of like they just put her there because she was in, like she is a side character within, the Captain America family, the team, and it's like. I mean, like all signs point to it, but I really hope they throw us for a loop because if they don't, I'm just gonna be like,
I mean, who else would it be though?
I was hearing Kingpin. You embarrassed me in front of Vanessa. Devin, I'm telling you, you got to watch that show. It's so freaking good. Like, oh my God, amazing. Not as many like MCU like movie references as you may think. A little bit in the first season, but then it kind of just dwindles out. But yeah, I don't know who else the power broker could be. We also got a little bit of Kari and the flag smashers this round. Not too much with them. I mean, it looks like they are
they're kind of just
New York,
attacking this this group's vote to displace immigrants back to their home countries.
Yeah.
But so that's we can tell that everything's going to converge onto New York City, and that's going to be the big battle.
Of course, another battle of New York City.
Yep.
But yeah, I really like Kari as a character. I think Aaron Kellyman has had a great track record so far with Solo, Star Wars Story, and now this that we know of. She was in another movie too. I'm like drawing a blank on the name.
I also wanted to shout out Wyatt Russell because he's doing such a good job as being an awful person.
Well, like that. I mean, have you seen the interviews with him? Like on YouTube, it was this one British. I think it was like BBC. He did. They did one with Aaron Kellyman and Wyatt Russell back to back. All within the same video, and he said, it's kind of the point that that John Walker feels off, like he isn't supposed to be.
Yeah, he's had a lot of like ticks and movements that are subtle, but show that he's not all there.
And it kind of reminds me of King Joffrey from Game of Thrones. I think it's Jack something. I can't remember his last name. The actor who plays King Joffrey. Baratheon, and he's obviously it's like people love to hate him, but he's so good at what he does, and that I'm getting that vibe off of Wyatt Russell. He's chip off the old block, with Kurt being Kurt Russell.
Yeah, I think a lot of people might end up being a bad person if their dad is from Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh,
ego.
Yeah, they're both in the MCU now, but yeah, Wyatt Russell has been doing a great job.
And I think he might stay around after this series based on this new character we got introduced to, Val. Yeah. Elaine is in the MCU. Who would have thought?
I don't know, dude. It's crazy stuff. I didn't even put two and two together, like honestly, when it first happened.
I feel like no one knew who this character was while watching, but after doing some research, it's definitely interesting.
Yeah, I watched the heavy spoilers review, like everybody.
Oh yeah,
he's like my first go-to guy because he breaks it down so well.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's great. I mean, there was just
so basically she might be putting together either the Thunderbolts or Dark Avengers, and John Walker is on that list.
Yeah, oh, for sure. And we get the mid-credit scene towards the end where, you know, he's making his own shield. I think he's going to be U.S. agent.
Yeah, it's more of a darker, like black material and suit.
He's like, hey, my dad said you're Black Falcon. What? Yeah, my dad said you're Black Falcon. He's like, is it because I'm black? So you black boy?
Black kid.
That's right, black kid. That was so funny. Oh my god. I think that was probably one of my favorite line deliveries so far. Along with the Hobbit reference that Bucky makes earlier in the season, for sure. But yeah, do you have any issues with this so far? Because I have a few. I mean, we kind of touched on with Sharon Carter, of her may or may not being the power broker. I really wish, like, part of me kind of wish they would have had that original storyline, because it's like, I feel like there are just bits and pieces missing from Carly Morgenthal's character.
Yeah, like I mentioned to you, the Flag Smashers, like, just kind of got ruined by the change.
Yeah.
No, it's not. I mean, it's no one's fault. Like,
right.
To have a disease pandemic storyline during COVID would have been pretty rough.
I don't know, man. Everyone started watching Contagion again. Everyone was watching disaster movies in the beginning of this stuff.
Well, there was also like a bunch of COVID, like a bunch of pandemic movies that came out that all bombed because nobody wants to watch that while they're in a pandemic.
That is true.
Like, what was that one called? Songbird.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Yeah, but Contagion though, that
yeah, I think people just watch that for education.
Yeah, the numbers went up. Like, I mean, we even covered it here on the pod, so I was like, oh my gosh. But yeah, sorry, go ahead.
I think the Flag Smashers would have been much more fleshed out in the original story they had, but they probably had like a couple months to try to put everything back together.
Mm-hmm.
They shot it last year?
Yeah.
They did the reshoots.
The first one to start off the MCU TV series, but
yeah, you can even tell when there's like lines that they had to cut out and do voiceover work for.
Yep. Yeah.
There's that new Rockstars video went over that.
Yeah, that was like when you sent that to me, because I heard about it and I wasn't sure if I was like, well, maybe. And then I watched it. I was like, oh my God, this makes so much, like, even if it is a conspiracy theory, like, I'm surprised Film Theory didn't cover that, because that would have been perfect for their channel. But
yeah, I
mean, you know, obviously props to new Rockstars. I was like, even if this is a theory, like, it makes like total sense. It's not.
Yeah, that's why the Flag Smashers are so disjointed, just because they had to redo it all.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, even with you know, the mother leader.
Yeah, she was supposed to be like a much bigger role, but she was on screen for like 2 seconds.
Hey, she got that bank. I mean, I'm sure she got paid for her original filming. It's just, hey, we're still gonna pay you. You're just gonna be in it for like 5 minutes, not even.
Yeah, easy role.
Easy role. There you go. All I gotta do is lay here and play dead. All right, cool. Thanks, Disney. Thanks, Marvel. But yeah, I definitely agree. It's just that, and I'm still trying to figure out, like, besides the political stuff that we already know, like, because I mean, any Captain America story dealing with veterans and whatnot, it's always going to be political, but it's just more of, I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out. I mean, I think this definitely was the best one. I'm hoping that the season finale kind of not wows us, but just gives us like a nice satisfactory ending. But even if it sucks, people need to realize, for no matter what show that you're watching, the season finale, like the journey, the season finale does not take away from the journey that you got there, like, whatsoever. Because right now, you know, HBO is doing their whole Game of Thrones 10-year anniversary. Like, yes, season 8 was not well liked by everyone. I thought it was okay. I felt it was more rushed than bad, because I don't think it was necessarily bad. It was just, you know, hey, you know, we got to get to the end. We got to get to the end. Should have been 10 episodes, like 100% to flesh everything out. It's like, all right, but it's really hard to conclude like a show that's been running there, like on HBO for like 10, 11 years. Even this, I mean, it's only 6 episodes, man, for Falcon and Winter Soldier. Like, they have to like pretty much just get straight to the point. And no matter what of the season finale, I don't think that necessarily takes away from the journey of, you know, of how they got there. Because I mean, there's a lot of shows out there. They're like crazy popular. And then the season finale just bombed because it's like the show gets so big and it's like, how do you please everyone with a satisfying ending? You know?
I'm not really worried about the ending for this show just because they did a good job of setting everything up this episode.
Yeah.
Where there are payoffs, but there's not like dire payoffs that we're all looking for. Like we pretty much know where everything's going.
Yeah. I'm ready for Loki though, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna burn this place to the ground. That's what he said. I was like, oh, let's go. It's our little my boy's back. Very, very excited. So
I also like quickly that we have a new Falcon, Joaquin Torres.
Yeah, I actually meant to. Yeah, I was gonna bring him.
He was eyeing those wings and he was touching them up. He was feeling it.
He was like, "Yo, bro, you forgot the wings.
Keep them."
Sam was like done by that point. He was like, "I don't want to talk to anybody." But and really, really quick, the nice wholesome boat.
Yeah, the whole boat storyline was pretty cool. Just having the whole community get together. and Bucky flirting with the sister Sarah.
Getting sweet on Sarah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there you go. He was like, hey, I'm Bucky. I was like,
and she was like blushing, like, oh hi, I'm Sarah.
Hi. And also really, really, really quick before we close out here, I wanted to quickly mention the conversation that Sam had with Bucky, the tough love conversation.
Yeah, he really tested him, and then I think Bucky passed.
I think Bucky's gonna definitely go back to the I think it was Vietnamese guy during the very beginning. He killed his son, because like that really killed him. I was like, okay, I feel like he's gonna do that in the season finale for sure. But yeah, man, this is the penultimate episode. I mean, I thought it was pretty solid so far. Let's get into our ratings here. I'm gonna give this one. I'm gonna give it a minus. Because I do think it is the best. And A minus will be more of like a 93. I do think this is definitely the best episode we've had so far. I know I said that last week, but thoughts and opinions change. It's all about the truth. The truth is that it will set you free. And it's just the whole power broker thing and the whole flag smasher and Carly stuff. It's just
the villains are kind of a mess, but we'll see how they tie it all up.
Yeah, I mean they've done a great job for
we got Zemo, which to be honest is really the only important one, because Zemo's amazing.
I wish it would have been like I still wish we would have been like the big bat, and
he'll be back, that's for sure.
Yeah, but what about you?
I'm gonna go with an A minus as well.
Okay,
solid.
Yeah, it was just, I mean, I'm just, and part of me was just like, I kind of wish that it was more episodes, but like it is what it is. Some seasons are just. I
also found it was interesting that they were originally going to introduce the Val character in Black Widow, but they added her here because they kept pushing back Black Widow. So she's going to be a pretty big character.
Of Valentine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I think Heavy Spoilers talked about that as well. But yeah, so A minus from both me and Devin so far. That pretty much concludes our episode 5. Wow, episode 5 review of Falcon and Winter Soldier, titled "The Truth." We don't have too much coming up, here on the pod. It's just I think we have our Mitchells versus the Machine review. We got to pump that out by, I think this coming out on either the 20th and the 21st of next week, so we got to figure that out. Been hearing good things about In the Heights. Like I know, I'm
excited.
I've definitely got to see that in the theater, like 100%. Like I'm very, very excited for that and Mortal Kombat. Definitely got to see both of those in the theater for sure. But yeah, that's pretty much everything that's coming up on our channel. I believe Parker will be joining us for Missiles versus the Machine. We watched it yesterday. Loved it. So we'll talk a little bit more about that. That was just a quick little sneak peek there for you guys. But as always, make sure to leave us a 5-star rating and review on Apple Podcasts, and leave us a comment. And comment, and subscribe on YouTube. Wow. I have to like ingrain that into everything now. It's crazy. But yeah, let us know what you thought of the episode if you are watching the pod on YouTube. And we'll see you guys next week. We got the finale next week, and we got the penultimate episode of Invincible next week. So it's just going to be a great week, and Mitchell's versus the Machine. So yeah, let's get out of here. And that's a wrap for today, everyone. Thank you all for listening, and make sure to check out the other shows over on MusicCityDrivein.com and subscribe to our show so you never miss an episode. That was Devin. My name is Christian, and we'll see you guys in the next one.
Peace.
Go to MusicCityDrivein.com.